So good morning everyone, welcome to Gallant IAS. My name is Sibi Joy and today's class on ethics is majorly going to be on topic number 2 of your ethics GS4 syllabus. Topic number 3 of your ethics GS4 syllabus, that is aptitude and foundational civil service values. Okay, aptitude. Unlike attitude, this is aptitude has a difference, small difference in spelling. Aptitude, and when you look at the syllabus, there's another part to that topic, and foundational civil service values. That will be the second part of the class that we'll be dealing with today. Okay, so we'll begin with aptitude. Whenever you're learning ethics, please do understand that you will have to make notes in a certain manner, which will help you make easier notes, not only make easier notes, but also help in your preparation. And I think I've already mentioned it before. I'll just repeat it again. You will have a definition for that topic. You will say why the topic is significant or why it is important. What is the third part? You will write how to increase, decrease, change, develop, depending upon the topic. Okay. For example, the previous topic that we completed was attitude. Yes. Can you increase your attitude? Can you decrease your attitude? That's not the, you can only change it, or maybe you can develop a new attitude. So in those conditions, you are supposed to use this, change or develop. Okay. But you take something else like ethics. You need to, or maybe not ethics, maybe let's take something like, if you look at your syllabus, topic number 7, there is something known as quality of work culture. Okay, or quality of service delivery, and there is something separate known as work culture. So you need to improve your work culture. Yes, you need to improve your quality of service delivery. So depending upon the topic, you may have to choose what heading you will be using in your notes. Okay, then finally we come to application. Now what I mean by application is example. Okay, and when we are talking about examples, I was again insistent that we write examples or we prepare examples. I'm not asking you to write each and every example, but you should be preparing examples on this topic at different levels. Can you tell me what are the different levels? Personal, professional, social and national. Okay, let's leave social and national are same. Okay, social and national are same. International or global are same. Apart from this, what else? Administrative or government. Now those of you who are sitting here for the first time, just make a note of this. No need to worry on what it is, but it's important that you make a note of it. You will understand what it is later on. Okay, so when you take up an topic, you will be creating examples at these levels. Understood? Clear? Okay, so let's go with the term aptitude. Now I'm sure that some of you at least have heard of this term before. You heard of this. You may not necessarily know what it is, but somewhere someone has said like aptitude is a term that you are familiar with, you heard of it, maybe you heard it in your mother tongue, in some other language. So can someone tell me what you understand by the term aptitude? Skill, potential, that's very good. I'm sorry. Learning ability, again that's very good. Yeah, reasoning skill, yes, a specific skill. Anything else? Any other? I'm sorry. Intelligence does play a role. They're all facets. Some of you were very close, some of you were on the periphery. But simply saying aptitude, if I have to say it in Malayalam, abhiruchi ennu parayam. It is untapped potential. Okay, it is untapped potential. So before we go into the definition, I'll just try to explain what it is. Okay, aptitude can be said to be untapped potential. Now there are people with certain aptitude. So recently in news, you might have heard of one Mr. Pragnananda, defeated Magnus Carlsen. So he or she must have definitely had an aptitude for chess since his childhood. Yes, since his childhood, he or she, Sachin Tendulkar, started playing cricket at a very young age. An aptitude for cricket. Yes. What else? Any other people whom you can say like this person had an aptitude, later he made it into a lifestyle, life career, whatever. A.R. Rahman is very famous for learning instruments since his young age. Aptitude towards what? No, I do agree that Dr. APJ is a great person, but maybe aptitude is some kind of skill. He's a very intelligent person. No one denies that, but some kind of skill towards certain things. Kind of, again, you'll have to justify it. Give me an example. I'm sorry? Lionel Messi, football. Who else? Actors. Kamal Hassan. Okay. Fahad Fasil. I'll take it. I'll take it. No one is going to deny it. So you have, we can take Usain Bolt, we can take Michael Phelps for swimming, Roger Federer for tennis, etc., etc. We have so many examples. Yes. So you understand in practical what we mean by aptitude. Yes. So we will be going for the definition. Okay. So please take this down. Under the term aptitude, write down the definition. It is a component. It is a component of a competency. It is a component of a competency. It is a component of a competency to do a certain kind of work. It is a component of a competency to do a certain kind of work with a certain level of efficiency. It is a component of a competency to do a certain kind of work with a certain level of efficiency. Okay. So you got the definition for this. Now the excuse me. Yes. Now few more points under this we'll be writing. Aptitude in a way determines individual potentiality for future. Aptitude in a way determines individual potentiality for future. Next point, aptitude is with regards to competence. Aptitude is with regards to competence. Okay. So you have few points with regards to what is aptitude. Okay. Now this is the portion where I want you to give me answers. So we have written the definition of aptitude. I think you all have understood what is aptitude. Yes. Next, if you look at it, we said importance or significance, or you can say why we need aptitude. Now tell me, why do we need aptitude? Based on your understanding, yes? To excel in your career. Okay, I'll take. Okay, excellence. Career excellence. Okay, what else? See, these are all good points. You'll have to justify how aptitude is making this. Do you understand? So, if you are saying efficient workforce, how is aptitude making an efficient workforce? Do you mean recruitment? Problem solving? See, aptitude is a very broad term, right? It can be physical, it can be mental. Like we have Pragnananda. Will you say that he has a physical aptitude? It's more of a mental component. Will you say Usain Bolt has a mental component, mental aptitude for something? No, that's more of a physical component. I'm not saying they are all, those who possess only physical aptitude have no mental aptitude. No, aptitude. They have their own elements, but primarily it is on one segment. Yes. So when we say problem solving, you will have to explain and link it. We can't just write few points and leave it. We will have to say how aptitude is linked to this point. I'm sorry. Explain it to me. Hidden potential. I got the point. That's a great point. Develops hidden potential or identifies potential. If you can identify attitude or your aptitude for certain things, you know this is you have a potential in this. There are people who paint really great at a very young age. So we realize that this person has an aptitude for painting or for art. So that we have, by knowing the aptitude, we know that person's potential. So using that, we can develop that person. So that is one way. And career excellence, I will take it, because imagine if you have an aptitude for certain things, maybe you have an aptitude for civil service or for recruitment or something of that sort, imagine you are placed in a position, definitely your career will go up. Yes or no? Because you have aptitude for that position, your career is going to go up. There is no way it's going to decrease. Yes? So I'll take that too. Any other points? I'm sorry? Passion. You'll have to link aptitude with passion. Tell me, how are you linking it? Can I say it'll kind of similar to excellence, right? Not just in career. If you have aptitude for something, you'll definitely be very passionate about it. Say when you're good at something, you'll definitely be happy to do it again and again. Yes? If you're good at something, you'll be happy to do it again. So I can say that too. Anything else? No, no. Aptitude is a potential of a person, right? So if you say this person is efficient, he or she is going to be efficient in that sphere in which he or she possesses aptitude. For example, imagine I possess aptitude for dancing and you place me in a position where there is no dance, definitely my efficiency is not going to increase. It's going to be average like everyone else. But my efficiency is going to be very high when you put me in dancing. So it depends upon the person's aptitude. So efficiency depends upon the person's aptitude. So anything else, any other points? I told you while talking about application, we have 5 levels, right? So we'll take all these things, and then we'll put it up. So someone said, first we'll go with the personal point. So how does aptitude help in your personal life? You can say it helps in self-motivation, in your growth. Imagine you have an aptitude for self-improvement. There are so many people whom you've seen, despite all the struggles around them, they just walk around with a smile on their face. Not just a mask, but genuinely they are happy to struggle and willing to grow. They are willing to spend sleepless nights working for their own skill. Yes? Because they would rather prefer to work on their skill than anything else. Some of you might have done that yourselves. So that is what we say as aptitude. The importance or the way aptitude can play a role in your personal life. In personal life, it will help for self-motivation, etc., etc. I'll give you the points, but before that, let's just make an understanding of it. Then, in your professional life, can I say career excellence? Yes, you have an aptitude for your job. Or imagine someone has a great voice, okay, great singing voice, great oratory voice, someone who has a voice like Amitabh Bachchan. That person will have a great aptitude for radio. I don't know whether this stuff is still running around, but during my college days, if you turn on your radio after 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, there is this husky voice dude who comes and talks. How's everything going? And I'm like, what happened to him? Because early morning, this dude is like talking in a normal voice. Shift to 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, it's all about love, breakup, failure, and all that stuff. And, and I want to sleep, and listening to this, it's making me irritated more and more. Is it still there? Is that kind of program still there? It's still there. Okay, it's still there, I guess. Okay. So, see, that person has a perfect voice for radio. Yes, that person has a great voice for radio. So, that is his potential. So, if that person is recruited, a person who has that clean voice for singing or for radio or for something else, you take that person, you place them in that profession, they'll definitely go far. Yes. So, can I say recruitment is one point? Aptitude is very important for recruitment. Okay. Imagine I'm recruiting someone. Is there anyone who's working? Anyone who has worked? Okay, if you don't mind me asking, where did you work? What kind of firm or something? You are working as a professor. You are working as a lecturer. So teaching. Now that's a very respected job. Now I'm sure that we all have favorite teachers in school. Those teachers we don't want to see again in our life. See, the moment I said, some of you started thinking back. You know who that teacher is. You know who that both sides of the spectrum are. So some teachers have a great aptitude for teaching. Yes. Would you agree on that? Some have a really great aptitude for teaching. And some are like, I'm here for the money. I don't care what you do. I will come, I will take class. If it's 4 o'clock, gone. I'll have to finish my portions. You see, we all hate our max teachers. They took away our PT period. There is no doubt on that. Because they want to finish their portions. Yes? Yes or no? So, some of them are like that. Some of them are really genuine with regards to our progress and our development. So, imagine if all the faculty that were recruited to teach you were people with perfect aptitude for teaching. Imagine each and every one of you had an APJ Abdul Kalam as your teacher. Now that would be a great class. Yes? None of us are that lucky. We had Shanta teacher, Mary teacher. Very depressing class, but still good enough. But jokes apart, you realize that the aptitude, it can have identifying aptitude, especially in recruitment. For a teacher, there are certain qualities that this person must possess. So if they have aptitude for teaching, that'll be really great. Someone else was working. Anyone else? Yeah, you are a doctor. Okay, so again, we have certain doctors. I don't know how many of you have visited doctors consistently, but there are certain doctors who are like, whatever be the ailment, injection. One injection, everything will be okay. And you'll be like, sir, some tablet. I'll go with the tablet. Injection. Okay, fine. So that maybe a doctor who's more empathetic to your pain, someone who's more understanding of your pain would be a better choice. Yes? So again, the role of aptitude, especially in the professional angle with regards to recruitment. Okay? So you understand the role of aptitude in professional sphere. Let's talk about the social sphere or the national sphere, where aptitude helps. Both are same. Both are same. Both are same. So if we take a country as a whole or we take a society as a whole, we can say that we are all Indians. Yes. So since we are all Indians, what are Indians famous for? I'm sorry, population. Okay. So let's take the positive sides. Culture is one. Diversity is one. Cuisine. We can say all these are all things that we are very famous for. Yes. So are Indians good at something? Atiti Devo Bhava, Vasudeva Kudumbagam. I'll take all that. No. But do we as a Indians have something that we are good at? In general, which everyone thinks we are all good at. IT is one. What else? Which? Food industry, we'll take it. We are trying to compete with the Arabs. It's a bit hard to compete with the Arabs, but we are doing our best. I'll take that too. What else? We have an aptitude for cricket. We have an aptitude for IT. Hockey. See, good to know that, but not everyone has an aptitude for hockey. See, how many? Imagine I come to this class with a hockey stick. What runs through your mind first and foremost? Am I going to play hockey or am I going to play hockey on you? We are famous for yoga, yes. So we can say that these are all things we are famous for, but we have an aptitude, like he rightly said, we have an aptitude for IT, information technology, computers, yes. Most of the software engineers that are provided all across the world are from India, yes. So we can say IT is something that we are good at. There is also something else. We are considered to be good at maths. Not here, outside, they consider us to be good at math because their max standards are very low. Okay. I happen to see, I'll give you a very small incident, but a really funny incident where the other person like felt like I felt like I was Srinivasa Ramanujan / Stephen Hawking / APJ Abdul Kalam / Albert Einstein. So this is a very common thing. You go to a shop, you buy something for 47 rupees. They'll say, do you have change? You'll give 2 rupees. What will they give you back? Is this very interesting? No. Normal thing. I went to a shop, told them. So, I didn't go. I haven't been abroad. A friend of mine, through an acquaintance, had come. He was from abroad. It's a foreigner, a white man. So, he had come to the shop. And the shopkeeper asked him, like, we were there. And he said, like, give me 2 rupees. He didn't understand the logic. You are supposed to give me 3. Why should I give you 2? And I told him, give it. I'll explain to you later. The shopkeeper was laughing. I was laughing. And he still couldn't understand the logic. Like, I gave you 50. The cost of this object is 47. Why should I give you 2 rupees more? And finally, he trusted me. He gave the 2 rupees. The other guy gave him 5 rupees. And he again lost it. He was like, you are supposed to give me 3 rupees. I said, take a calculator. We, did this calculation. I asked him, like, how much did you give? He said, I gave 50. How much more did you give? I gave him 2 more rupees. So what is the total? He said, 52. Okay. Now, how much are you actually supposed to pay to the shopkeeper? He said, 47. Okay, subtract that. Subtract. Now, how much do you have in hand? 5 rupees. Mind blown. And he was like, how did you guys do that? Yeah, like, I had to take a calculator to explain all this to him. And he was like, how do you guys do it within your mind? You, since childhood, go to the shop, buy bread, buy eggs, go buy that, buy this. We are used to this. But his mind was literally blown. And he was like, do you guys practice this? We get used to this. So, even now, he believes that the shopkeepers in India are all mathematical geniuses. Because he has never seen this anywhere else. Or maybe he has not seen this in his country. So, this is an example I'll put forward. Is it something really genius from our perspective? No, but from their perspective, it is something extraordinary. Okay. So, taking all this into account, I can say that we have a aptitude for maths or we have an aptitude for IT. Yes. So, in the social level or the international level, I can put IT and maths. I think you'll all agree with IT. Indians are considered to be good at information technology, software services. Okay. So, let's take an example of a global example, or maybe another country which has shown an aptitude towards something specific. So, India as a country has shown aptitude towards IT, maths, etc., etc. There are other countries who have shown a great aptitude towards other things. Can you name some countries? China for what? Manufacturing, aptitude. See, aptitude is more of a mental thing, right? So, Chinese policy is like that. Can we talk about something which is a part of their culture? Yeah, Japanese work culture is based on efficiency. And a better example would be their nationalistic attitude. We say we are nationalists, we say we are citizens of India, we are patriots. Try talking to a Japanese person. They are really nationalists to the core. Imagine 2 nuclear bombs in their country, 2 nuclear bombs on their major industrial centers. And right now, they are still in the top 5 economies of the world. Are they a really big country? Do they have massive human resources? Is their birth rate that high? Send 5 people from India, we'll increase the birth rate again. But jokes apart, their birth rate is declining. Their is their country safe from natural disaster? Earthquakes, tsunami. Why the term tsunami itself comes from the Japanese language. Tsunami is there, earthquakes are there. Do they have natural resources? Do you know they have very less natural resources? So much so, there's a very funny example. Japan is one of the largest producers of steel in the world. One of the largest producers of steel in the world. Okay. Now, does India produce steel? Can you name some places where we have steel deposits or iron deposits? Chota Nagpur. Let's keep it simple. I'm sure that you will have heard of this Bokaro steel plant, Bhilai steel plant, Jamshedpur. All these places you've heard of it. Yes. So the reason iron is manufactured or steel is manufactured over there is not only is iron available, also coal is available. Coal is also available. You need both to make steel because you need to make it and put it into the furnace, burn it, all that stuff. So that's why most of our power plants or most of our steel plants are located in that region where there is ample supply of steel, supply of coal and iron. Do you understand this? Japan does not have a proper source of iron. Japan does not have a source of iron. But still they are one of the world's largest manufacturers of steel. They are some of the world's foremost experts on steel manufacturing. Have you seen Japanese knives? Some of the sharpest knives. So all these are, what they did was they built all their steel factories on the coast, and they are importing iron, and they'll make it into steel and then export it back. Do you understand? So look at their work efficiency, look at their work ethic. So we can take that as an example. So can we say their nationalistic attitude, their work culture? Yes. Any other examples you have? Israel for agriculture. Yes. Israel for agriculture. Can I say water? Water would be more better. Japan for industries or efficiency. I'll put that. Water. Any other country? They have an aptitude for something? For aptitude for environment protection. No, that's their policy. No, do they have a inherent aptitude towards certain things? Athletics. I'll take that. Jamaicans. Usain Bolt. Johan Blake. Jamaica for athletics. They have an aptitude for athletics. What else? For China's pioneer in what nanotechnology. Man, Japan is there, India is there, China is there. I'm not saying China is bad, but China, see, we are talking about aptitude, right? So they have a head for that. They have a, what do you say? Again, that's a technology, man. Bhutan aptitude for. Yeah, that's a policy. See, even we are very concerned about the environment. The problem is we have other developmental issues. So do we have, like, do these people as a culture have? I'll take Israel and water. Do you know about it? Israel is a land where there is very less fresh water available. Okay. They have very less rainfall too. So what they did is they started desalination projects. And now the entire country gets water from seawater. Imagine getting fresh drinking water through desalination projects of seawater. Imagine if we can bring that to India. See, do you realize that we are all facing a massive water stress? So if we can bring that, all the coastal areas can be free. Obviously, we can't take that water from the coast and then send it to Idiki. It's not going to be feasible. But the inner regions can focus on fresh water or through rainfall, and the coastal regions can focus on desalination projects. We are trying to do that. We are trying to get the technology from Israel. So that is one thing. They have a very efficient model towards water. We have for Jamaica for athletics. Jamaica is a very small country, but they have a great aptitude for physical, mainly for athletics. Any other example? Anything else? Again, it's a technology. I don't want technology is a very broad thing. Like, say, if we are talking about technology, Japan is definitely at the top. We are still struggling to bring one bullet train. They brought it in 1962. So, something else, which this country is famous for. Anything? I'm sorry? Brazil for football. So, you understand that there are certain, I'm not writing more and more examples. I just want you to understand. Okay? Give examples like this. Then finally, our government. So, among our government, I'm not taking about the, there is, I'll give you the example by myself. We are talking about digital India, right? In the government office, how many government officials are capable of using a computer effectively? Think about it. How many government officials know how to use a computer effectively? Or how many computer is updated? If you look at today's computers, they'll be all thin like this. Yes, the monitors will be thin. Have you seen government office computers? CRT monitor. You take it, you hit it, dead. That person dies. And you hit one key, it takes 1 minute for that keystroke to be decided inside. Earlier days, if you go to a government office, the only sound you could hear was people talking or something scratching, pen scratching on the paper. Now the only noise I can hear is the CPU fan rolling. Zzz. 10 old-fashioned computers running at full speed. The fans are running at full speed because they are that old-fashioned. Will the work be efficient? Computers are dead slow. Can you say that every government official is well versed in computer technology? No. Maybe the initial thing, they'll take it through online application. I noticed this very funny thing. Some application was sent, the official took a printout of it, signed in this, and then gave it to the next person. അങ്ങനെയാണെങ്കിൽ എന്തിനാ സാർ ഞാൻ ഇമെയിലിൽ അയച്ചത്, നേരെ ഒന്ന് തന്നാൽ പോലെ. They told us you have to send it through email. We did send it through email. They took the email copy. They called us to come there. We went there. They took a printout of it. They signed it and then gave it to the next table. We said, why did we have to send an email then? We could have just come with a hard copy, given it to you. You could have sent it. So on paper, many times it is digital, but the back-end process is still analog, still handwritten. Okay. So these are all issues that you find commonly. These are all issues that you find commonly. Okay. Nowadays, change has come. Nowadays, a lot of change has come. I have noticed it too. I'm not criticizing it, but nowadays there's been a lot of change. But still, many government officials have very low technological aptitude. Very low technological aptitude. So we can say that in the government, low technological aptitude among officials. There is very low technological aptitude among officials. So I think you know why, you have examples on why aptitude is needed or significant. Imagine in this case, if we recruit people or we give training to improve the technological aptitude, will our service efficiency improve? Definitely it will improve, yes. So we can say this is where aptitude plays a role. 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 Why is aptitude playing a role? In the social sphere or in the national sphere, I gave the example of Indians being good at IT and maths. Imagine, let's talk about our politicians. I don't want you to write this in the example, but you know, you don't mention any names. If you're writing politics, don't mention any names. We need people who have an aptitude for public service, not people who have an aptitude for corruption. Yes. So you want to choose a specific politician, you want to vote for a specific party, you subscribe to a specific party ideology. The people representing that party must be corruption free, must be ideologically centric, and they should be people who hold the welfare of the people at their heart. These are some ideal expectations we have, but does it actually happen? Since we subscribe to this ideology or since we subscribe to this party, we have no option but to vote for that person, or we can go for nota, nothing apart from that. Yes, we may not appreciate or approve of this person specifically who is sitting in that seat. Yes. So taking these examples, we can say that there is very poor aptitude in the social sphere, especially in politics, where criminals are entering politics and where there is politicization of criminals, etc., etc. Criminalization of politics, politicization of criminals, you can take all that. So I want you to mention why we need aptitude in these spheres, if there is a question on aptitude. Okay, you need to define it. You need to say why aptitude is important by mentioning these points and also the concerned examples. Clear?